I think we've got a problem, or at least I know people who do. You may or may not. And that is that we have a data crisis in development policy. And I think one of the challenges, and I was asked to speak about advocacy, is that we don't necessarily want to be too full of admission about what isn't working and what we do not know. Because the political space for us to be intellectually and politically honest is not that great. It is hard to admit you don't always know the facts. And I've been so many times with Bono or a Minister of Finance or some famous individual with a camera in tow to a place to show it works in one way, shape or form. And a couple of years ago, well, the summer before last, I decided to just go and check and see whether it was definitely happening in the way I had said so many times, and that we campaign around so many times for myself, without the pizzazz and without the SUV and without that the entourage that sometimes comes with aspects of this business. I turned up with a small local NGO with a lot of social capital, but not a lot of other kinds of capital, and tried to see what was going on. And it happened to be this village, Malinzanga, that I went to. And this gentleman here is the village executive officer near where Eva lives. And his job is to collect data and information and program budgets from the central government, funded by aid and domestic resources, to support these local programs for development in Eva's village and the area. On this poster, he's supposed to put this information up so the people of the village can share it, socialize it, and I suppose hold him accountable for what's happening in their name and with their money. And I call it the peeling poster problem, and I've sent it to a lot of people in our organization as a kind of a slap in the face and a reality check, because I think this is happening a bit more than we all want to admit. And it is the central, I think, challenge of trying to get to zero. Because the big impediment so often is, I'm afraid, fairly crappy local government. And we don't talk about it enough. We don't try and understand it enough because it is so hard to get our heads around what are the incentive or failures incentives around institutional strength or weakness at that level that allows this man to be this bad at his job. And if we don't try and figure that out and don't try and understand what it is that these two great guys did with your programs that meant that gents like this, who were the impediments to progress for your programs, were overcome. What is it that you did? What can be applied from those lessons and the others in the Million Saved polemic and great evidence that can overcome this guy? And if we can figure those out, I think we'll make much, much more rapid progress. Because on that peeling poster, goes data to die, and along with it, Eva's dreams.